I went absolutely crazy with countries not depicted in Hetalia recently, because I just thought, well, why not? And I thought it would be interesting to see incarnations of them. So here they are. And I know that nobody lives in Antarctica, but hey, I mean, I think she would be a really cool country. Pardon the pun. I've got a friend from Tunisia, so I thought I would put Tunis there, and Pakistan, and Libya looks absolutely insane. Jamaica. I have a friend from Camaroon, but I haven't heard from him in ages. Of course, American Samoa, football players down there. And of course, the Philippines. I have a choir director who's from the Philippines, and I thought it would be interesting to draw the Ivory Coast, just because I just thought it would be different. And, okay, there's Pakistan. See him now. And here's some other characters. Yes, I have a friend from Sicily, and he's jumping up and saying, Mafia! Yeah. Real classy there, Alchemist, but I couldn't help myself. Okay, the reason I drew Tanzania today is because my dad had a chaplain who prayed over him before he had his cardio conversion. So I decided to do a tribute to Tanzania, and he was really quite a fascinating man. He actually knew basic German, and he was really good with Latin. And of course, he's you probably noticed them using a lot of these countries' flag colors. Like with Tunisia, I used red and white, and with Pakistan, I used green and white, and with Libya, I used black, green, and red. And Jamaica, I had green, yellow, and black, and Camaroon had green, red, and yellow. American Samoa is red, white, and blue. The Philippines should have had, or Phillip as I call him, he should have had some yellow around his waist, but he didn't. He's red, white, and blue, just like Samoa is. I call Samoa Sam. And Ivory Coast was red, white, and blue, just like France, because she belongs to France. I've got Sicily here in his country colors, and yeah, he's got that stereotypical mafioso look. And of course, I have Cyprus. I had friends from Cyprus in college, and of course, you can tell who she belongs to. Then, of course, I decided to do a tribute to Malta, because I have, oops, my hand is covering Malta. And she has, she is wearing her country's colors, and you can see on her right breast there's a Maltese cross. Actually, that is not a authentic Maltese cross, though you could consider that typical style, but Maltese crosses are supposed to have 8 points signifying the 8 virtues. And I should have done some more research on these other countries here, but all these countries here that I have depicted, I have friends from. I used to have a friend from Jamaica, not anymore, and same thing with Cameroon. I'm not sure what happened to my friend from Cameroon, but I hope he's okay, and I hope that you like my my newest drawings, and that they that they were enjoyable to all of you. And that was just basically what I've been up to recently. The movies I will be reviewing in the future will be Kung Fu Panda, Triplets of Belleville, Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue, Army of Darkness. I haven't seen it for a long time, but it's a cult classic, and it's actually thanks to Army of Darkness that we have Duke Nukem. If you didn't know that, the whole "it's time to kick ass and shoot bubblegum," it actually comes from Army of Darkness, and it can be attributed to that. Yeah, I'm a real geek. I am also going to be doing a review of some other films in the future. I've got quite a few on my shelf that I haven't watched in a while, and I have one on my DVR. I have Naruto Shippuden on just waiting on my DVR to be watched. Hasn't been watched yet. Same thing with Pulp Fiction and Lemonade Mouth. I haven't watched them yet, so yeah, I know you're probably looking at me like, why haven't you watched Pulp Fiction? You're a Quentin Tarantino fan, and yeah, I am. I admit to that. I love Tarantino. I think he's a master, and he's given me a lot of inspiration for a lot of things I've written, and I just love the way he thinks, and I like the way that he sets up different sequences for his characters, and he's a no-nonsense sort of action adventure writer. I just think he's epic, and I just love his genius and his ingenuity. I'm not really sure what else I'm going to review, though I am thinking about doing Final Fantasy Unlimited, and I have started reading The Help, which is a book by Catherine Stockett. Takes place during the beginning of the American Civil Rights Movement, which actually began in the late 50s, early 60s, more around the Vietnam era, because that's when things were starting to really move and take shape, and then you could see our country begin to really start to make some strides in the way that our colored neighbors were being treated. It just is. I just think it's sad that that African Americans were treated that way, and that I'm glad that we're beyond that. I mean, there's some people who are still really stayed in their understanding of different races of people, and they're very prejudicial. And I know that all these drawings make you think that I am racist, but I'm not at all. I definitely respect all the countries I've drawn. The only one I have issues with would be, well, Libya. I would never go there if you sent me, and same thing with Sicily, knowing what I know about Sicily. But if I had an entourage around me, muscle, I could go in, because I have a friend there, and he's very near and dear to my heart, and I really want to see him. And I don't think I would have anything to fear if I went there. I really need to draw Venice. I was thinking of drawing Venice here too, but maybe I'll save that for future. If you have any ideas of what countries you would like to see in Hetalia, then just let me know, because there are a lot of countries that are not in the anime, and I always wondered what they would look like, and this is just my interpretation. I'm sure there are plenty of different ones, so let me know. See you later.